Here in Louisville, the public has the chance to get to know two JCPS superintendent candidates tonight.
Yeah, WDRB's Katrina Nichols shares what we're learning about these finalists. Katrina?
Hey, you guys. So one of those the first of two public forums is taking place starting right now here at the Center for Professional Learning, not too far from Van Hoos, and that's the opportunity for the public to be able to ask these two finalists some of their questions and address those concerns. But before that was taking place, we got here at 1 o'clock where those two superintendent candidates were asking questions from the Superintendent Advisory Committee. This committee is what was created to kind of help the board create those guidelines and what they're looking for and to be a voice for the community during that application process before we got to this point. So both candidates stood before that committee answering questions and addressing what they see as those strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for the school district. The first person up was the former superintendent of the Columbia, Missouri School District. That is Brian Yearwood. And he talked a lot about data and how he likes to use that data to turn around school districts. He says he has a proven track record in using that data, taking it into the classroom, really breaking it down and figuring out the ways how to improve student outcomes in the district. And he said that his goal is to gradually improve, not see that change happen overnight. For example, he says when you're sitting down with a student who's failing at a 50%, you can't tell that student to go from 50 to 70%. It's something that you need to do over time. You need to explain to them, hey, go from 50% to 55%, 60% to 65%, and really just help them understand that. He also addressed his departure from the Columbia, Missouri School District that he previously left. He said that when a new school board had come in, that there were some differences and they decided to separate amicably, and that he had signed a non-disclosure agreement and really couldn't get into any specifics. And while there are many critics, he says, from that school district in Missouri, he says that doesn't speak for how he's able to turn around these school districts he's worked at. The second candidate is Brian Schuldiner. He is the current superintendent of the Lansing Public Schools over in Michigan. One thing he did with his presentation is get hyper-local and really do a deep dive into some of the problems JCPS has seen and address how he's fixed similar problems over in the Lansing School District. He addressed transportation, he addressed low graduation rates and attendance, and he really emphasized on building relationships with the community and the politicians, everybody that has, and parents, anyone who has a say in these school districts, and that's something he would like to do here if he has the opportunity. Now, the school board does tentatively have a meeting set for Thursday. That is when we could possibly expect them to make a decision. But as for the community and your opportunity to get to know these candidates a bit more, again, you have the public forum happening here from 4 to 6 at the Center for Professional Learning. That is also being live streamed, and you can find that information on JCPS's website. You also can go to Stouffer Elementary from 7 to 9 p.m. this evening, where the second public forum will be happening. Live at the Center for Professional Learning with photojournalist Jeff Gordon. Katrina Nichols, WDRB News.
Yeah, a lot of people from principals all the way down to thousands of parents wondering who that next superintendent will be. Thanks, Katrina.